Hi guys, so as the title suggests, today I'm going to be talking about quite a serious topic, my experience with being molested as a child. And just to put a disclaimer out there, I'm not trying to, seek for attention. What I really want to do is just raise awareness about this topic and hopefully encourage parents, future parents to educate and discuss this topic with their kids because my parents never told me about it, and that's how, those molesters got away with it. And I really hope by making this video that I also help other victims as well. I know at one point I felt like I was the only one, but I know that other people were also molested, but nobody ever came out with it and discussed it openly because I guess it is quite a sensitive topic and some people do feel ashamed. And I really hope by making this video, maybe someone who was a victim would feel like they're not alone. And I know how you feel, and it's a terrible feeling of being violated, useless, and feeling just violated and uncomfortable. And yeah. So right before we start, I do want you guys to keep this in mind throughout the video, that the age range that it happened to me was from about 3 to 12 years old, somewhere between there. That's my rough estimate. I don't remember exact age that it happened to me, but there were 3 incidents by 3 different people. And I also want you guys to keep in mind that I was never educated about it, and my parents just didn't tell me what to do if somebody touched my no-no areas. And yeah, just hope you guys keep that in mind, because I know a lot of people are gonna start imagining me as this like full-grown woman, young adult being molested and being stupid and not saying anything about it. No, it happened when I was a child. Yeah, so yeah, just keep that in mind and we can move on to the stories. So the first incident I'm gonna be talking about, this happened before I was 5, and I know that because I moved into this house when I was 5, and I know that incident happened before I moved into this house, so I was probably like 3 or 4 years old, and it's really horrible just knowing someone would molest a 3 or 4-year-old. And yeah. So what happened was my mom brought my brother and I to a family friend's house for a party, and then midway through the party I went to the washroom, and their washroom didn't have a lock. So I took off my pants, sat on the toilet, and I peed. And the family friend's husband, who was like hosting the party, he came in and he saw me, and he closed the door and he pushed something against the door so, nobody can get in. And as he was walking towards me, he gave me the creepiest smile. I remember feeling really uncomfortable and like, whoa, what's happening? And I'm gonna like rip off my finger because like I'm getting really uncomfortable talking about this, but he walked over to me as he gave me that creepy smile, and when he got to me, he took his finger and he started like exposing my shoulder like this. And remember, I was like 3 or 4, like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him, but he did that. And then he, proceeded to put his hand like down my shirt and started like just touching me. And yeah, after he was done, he just left. And I hate him. I really hate him. Yeah. I said I wasn't gonna cry. I told myself I shouldn't cry for this. I remember feeling uncomfortable, and I guess as a child I didn't know what it felt like to be molested, or like how to express the feeling of being violated. Oh my god, how am I gonna, this is just the first story, how am I gonna get through the next 2? Oh. It's gonna be so awkward trying to edit this later. Oh god. So that was the first story, and I don't know how to end it because, well, he got away with it and I was left with these horrible memories. Yeah. So since I don't know how to end it off, I'm just gonna start the second story. So for the second incident, I would give a rough estimate that I was about 6 or 8 years old, and every Saturday I would tag along with my mom to go grocery shopping, and we went to the Spadina and Dundas Chinatown. If you guys live in Toronto or the GTA, then that's the Chinatown I went to. And if you guys, you don't know, then I'll just try to like Google map it for you and put pictures here. Yeah, so there are several supermarkets there, and my mom and I would always go to each one to, get the best deal and whatnot. So there used to be 4, now there's only 3. So the one that closed down, we went to that one, and we went all the way to the back to get to look at the meat. And so in that grocery store, it was a bit different. So here's the ground level, and then they would have a little step, and then here's the display of all of the meats. So anyone who's trying to look at the meat will be a little bit higher than everyone else that's walking on the regular level. So yeah, I was on top of the step, and as well as everyone else who was trying to look at the meat, and I felt something graze my ass, and I turned around right away to see what happened, and I didn't see anything, and I honestly thought that somebody's grocery bags just touched my butt. And so that's what happened at the first grocery store. Now at the next location, the next grocery store, so for those who live in Toronto, it's the supermarket it's now called Oriental Supermarket or something like that. It used to be called something else, but now that's what it's called. It's the grocery store where you go downstairs. So yeah, just letting the Torontos know whoever got molested. So in this grocery store, we also went to the back to go look at the meat, and then my mom was like, oh, can you go grab me a cart? And I was like, okay. And as I was walking towards the front of the store to get a cart, I felt someone grope my butt. And then I turned around and I didn't see anyone. And again, there's a lot of people at the grocery store, so he probably just blended into other people, and there are also a lot of aisles, so he probably just slipped in and whatnot to, when I turned around then I wouldn't see him. And on my way back with the cart, I was wee, I have a grocery cart and I'm pushing, because I don't know, I guess it's every kid's thing to push your own grocery cart. I don't know if anyone's like that, but I feel very happy when I get to push my own grocery cart. But yeah, so as I was pushing it back, this fucking guy, he just got really close and he started groping my ass, and I tried to move faster back to my mom, and as I went faster, he just kept groping me and getting closer. And then the closer I got to my mom, the less he started, groping me. And then when I got very close to my mom, I turned around right away, and then he was staring at me and I was looking at him, and I remember what he looks like. Even to this day, I remember what the fuck that guy looks like, and I will never be able to get his face out of my head because he fucking molested me. And like I said, there were a lot of people at the grocery stores, and I was pretty young, I was pretty short, right? So a lot of people passed by, and then eventually he disappeared. And yeah, so that was the second incident, and I was groped very violently. Now that I think about it, I don't understand what he was trying to grab, because I didn't even hit puberty yet. Like I said, I was about 6 or 8 years old. I didn't hit puberty. I don't have anything for you to grab. I don't understand what goes on in these people's head that they're like, oh my god, look at this kid, I'm gonna fucking grope them and molest them. I don't understand. It's just so disgusting. Another horrible memory. Thank you guy that molested me at the supermarket. And actually after that incident, I stopped going grocery shopping with my mom. And yeah, let's move on to the third incident, the third story. So for the third and last incident, and I really hope it's the last one, because if I end up remembering any more memories of being molested, I really think I'm gonna fall into depression, and yeah, I don't want to get to that point. But okay, so for this one, I believe I was around the age of like 9 to 12, something like that. And so obviously at this time I was in school, and the school system, they also didn't tell us about being molested, as like, or what to do if you're sexually assaulted and whatnot. But they did educate us about sex, so I don't know why they didn't tell us about what to do if you're molested and whatnot. But anyway, so this happened at the neighbor's house. Yes, this house that I'm living in right now, the house next door where I got molested. Well, they moved recently, but whatever. At the neighbor's house, my mom and I were invited over because their eldest daughter was given a computer, and they wanted me to help them set it up because at the time, for my age, I was considered to be pretty educated about computers and whatnot, so that's why I was asked to go over to help them set it up, because they didn't know how to. So my mom and I went over, and then we were in the living room, the computer's in the living room, so I was helping them set it up and whatnot. And then suddenly their mom asked my mom, hey, do you want to see our newly renovated basement? And then my mom was like, yeah, sure, because my mom's like really nosy, so she's always like, yeah, I'll go look at your new basement. So they all went to the basement, and I was left alone in the living room with the dad. And I guess you can already know what happened, but basically since we were alone in the room, he walked over to me and he shoved his hand down my shirt and started groping me. And he did it very briefly, and then he was like, he stopped, and then he went to the basement as well, and I was just sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? And I didn't know what to do. Like, what? First off, it happened really fast, and I felt uncomfortable, and I was just shocked, like, what the fuck? So I just left right after. Like, I just went back over here, and I was like, what the fuck? Because that's just really, really messed up. But and he has his own daughter. He has 2 daughters. Like, do you want someone molesting your daughters? I really don't freaking understand these people. But yeah, that happened, and yes, he also got away with it because I didn't know. But yeah, that's what happened. That was the third and last incident of being molested for me. So those were my 3 stories of being molested as a child, and yeah, it sucks. So if you judge it based on my experience, 2 out of the 3 incidents were done by people my family knew that we were very close to, and that's very shocking, I guess, because you think you know these people, but no, they molested your kid. Yeah, it's very, very fucked up. But yeah, and in all 3 incidents, I felt like my mom could have prevented it because she was present at the scene. I'm not trying to blame her, but I'm just saying, like, for, you know, the adults out there, the parents out there, when you leave your kid for like out of your sight for a couple of minutes, they can get molested, and that will scar them for the rest of their life like it did for me. And I really hope this video will encourage future parents, guardians, older brother and sisters, or if you're just looking after like a younger person, hope it will encourage you guys to just, you know, discuss and educate them about this topic, because I wish someone told me about it, because I couldn't have prevented it happening to me, but I could have done something about it. I could have gotten those people in jail, right? Get them what they deserve, punish them, have them punished. But no, they got away with it, and yeah, that's the worst part about it. So yeah, like, look at me. Like, the earliest incident that it happened to me was when I was 3, and who the fuck molests a 3-year-old? So I can't imagine how many other people were molested around my age or even younger. And yeah, I just really hope this video, like, it will help people. I don't know what to say anymore. And if you were a victim of this, and if it makes you feel better to write it out in the comment section below, go ahead. I'll try my best to write back to give you some support. And if I am unable to get to you, I hope other people who are like viewing the video and like the comments can help those as well, like help those who are victims, because I really don't want you guys to feel like you're alone, because I know how you feel. I know that feeling of being violated and uncomfortable and just feeling useless because you can't do anything about it. But yeah, you have my full support, and I really hope that this video helped you guys in some way or another. But yeah, that's the video, and bye.